three major prehistoric tribes. Down in the Phoenix area, you had the Hohokam. Okay, the Hohokam are the canal builders. They are the ones that built the canals through Phoenix, Tempe, Scottsdale, Chandler, and all the little towns surrounding Phoenix. Okay, they got their water from the Salt River, which Salt River actually has its beginnings in these mountains up here. Okay, they built about 500 miles of canals. Okay, from the top of this mesa, clear up into the Four Corners area, well further, even to Colorado, you had the Anasazi. And of course, the Anasazi are known for their round kivas. Okay, right here, from here, clear on to Mexico, to Casas Grandes, and on to Silver City, New Mexico, you had the Mogollon, or the mountain people. Okay, and they are known for the square kivas. Alright, this side is kind of a mixture of Mogollon and Anasazi. We have one of the best and biggest preserved kivas in the United States. Alright, but we have a lot of Anasazi influence. We have some of the rooms there that have the T-shaped doors, and that immediately tells us that it is Anasazi. Okay, the site covers 14 acres. Alright, it is built on 3 different levels. Each level has a terrace devoid of rock. We don't know why yet, but we'll find out. And of course, our theory right now is they removed all the rock from the terraces in order to plant, but perhaps not. Perhaps it's that they were just level places for the people that came for ceremonies here to put their camps. All right. Now we have a huge kiva, but a very, very small pueblo. Now that tells us that the people in the pueblo were only the caretakers of the great kiva. Right in the pueblo there is a smaller kiva, so that would be their little kiva. So, like I say, these were the caretakers. All right. 50 feet below the kiva and all around the kiva area, there are caves. In these caves there are tombs, about 99 tombs in all. So this is the only place we know of in the United States where the people buried their dead inside caves and in tombs. We don't know who was buried there. You know, some of the skeletons are still there, but we don't know whether they were the caretakers that were buried there or whether they were the high priests that came from within a 30-mile area. Because within a 30-mile area, we must have at least 20 other sites. Not as great as this, but the thing about it is that this seems to me to be the holiest of all the sites because of the great kiva. All right, now so far from tree dating and radiocarbon experiments, we have found that it dates back to about 1266, maybe 1240 to the 1400s when they actually left. Okay, let's start a little bit into what we think is one of the rooms. Let's say we ask for permission now to dig 2 rooms. Well, the state dictates what we're going to dig. And they'll say, no, you'll only dig 1. Because what they want is they want it well done. Okay, right now we don't have permission to dig in the terrace. Once we start, we'll dig just a very, very small hole in different parts of the terrace, and hopefully we'll come up with something. You know, if they planted there, we'll find it. You know, we'll find seeds or something. See down there, you see the little Colorado River. All right, it has its beginnings up there on Mount Baldy on the Apache Reservation. Okay, it winds its way through Springerville, up to St. John's, to Holbrook, Winslow. At Winslow, it turns directly north, and then it empties into the Grand Canyon. Okay, once the Apaches and the Navajos had migrated here and established themselves in Arizona, they more or less came to an agreement that the line, the border line between the Apache and the Navajo reservation would be the little Colorado River. And of course, when they came to trade with the Apaches, they more or less met at the little Colorado River. All right. You know, for the equinox and the solstice. And they could tell, you know, what time of the year it is. You mean you can actually record that?
Sure, is that okay?
No, I mean, I didn't, see, I'm not acquainted with cameras.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know you could record anything like that.
Sure, you can record anything from probably my hand to the horizon.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Nowadays they make great things, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
It will.
Now, I'm not an archaeologist, remember, I'm a volunteer. Okay, I just have to repeat what they tell me and not say anything they don't tell me.
Right.
But they've come here for about 9 years now, and they've come during the equinox and the solstice, and of course the calendar is working perfectly. And of course the Zunis and Hopis knew about that. When we told them about it, our discoveries, they said, "So what's new?" We've known about it
Hundreds of years.
for hundreds of years. And of course, the thing about it, it has 5 entrances. And what's interesting about it is that this entrance right here, which seems to be exactly north, points to the corner of the kiva. And another thing the Zunis showed us was they said if you go to that opening up there, to the west opening, and look up here to the east, they say look right above it and you will find a bear's claw. Well, it took us a few weeks, but we found the bear's claw. There's an imprint right on the rock, one of those rocks up there, where there's a perfect bear's claw. Just like that. Right where we found the best part of the floor, the logs that were in those things there that had been taken by the rocks, we took them all out, and of course, archaeologists, the first thing they do is they wrap them up in aluminum wrap. And of course, some of those poles were sent down to the University of Arizona, and that's how we got our tree dating. Okay, what you see there is something interesting, something borrowed from the Anasazi, a T-shaped door. That was for protection also. Because if you got down here and then you put your head in like this, if somebody on the other side didn't like you, they could just conk you on the head, right?
Yeah.
Another thing